Hello, pardon me. Hello, everybody. It is Kate Richburg, and it is that time. It is time for Free Tip Friday. And that Free Tip Friday also means, you guys, that it's Flash Sale Friday today. I just want to make sure, give me a thumbs up that you can hear me okay. We're all here and ready. It looks like Janice is over on our YouTube channel saying hello over there. And we've got our Gita saying hello from Denmark, which is great. Thank you, you guys, for doing that wonderful moderating that you guys do. And thank all of you out there who are watching. Janice wanted to let me know she was so thrilled and touched by all of your wonderful birthday wishes that you sent out to her yesterday. She had a wonderful day and it was great fun times. She got a little bit of rest and fun. So let me talk to you a little bit. We've got this flash sale today, okay? And some of you might be new around these parts. Okay, so I want to let you know how it goes. And it's Robin's birthday today too. I love a special day. Happy birthday to you, Miss Robin. Happy birthday. So this is the way things are going to run. I've got all of our flash sale items that I'm going to show you. And that's what this is, kind of an informational posting, show here. Then right now, it is 10:39 a.m. on my side of the world, Pacific time, on May 13th. So at noon Pacific time, 12 noon, that's in a little over an hour, a little under an hour and a half from now, on the website, the sale is going to go live. So when you go to the website, right, to beadshop.com, you're going to see on that home page, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to screenshot this here real quick so you can see what this looks like. You're going to see that banner, and then what you're going to do, the sale won't automatically update unless you refresh your screen, okay? So right now, what you're going to see, if you jump over to beadshop.com, this is loading, it's loading the screenshot. You're going to see this. See how it says Flash Sale Friday, available at noon Pacific time, okay? When noon hits, you want to refresh the page and this graphic, and it'll say like sale on now or shop now or whatever it'll say. You click on that graphic and it will take you right to the flash sale. Also, I think that Gita, if you click on that and you, Gita put the link up here. If you click on that link right now, that link is going to be empty. The items aren't in yet. But they will populate. They're set to go automatically up there right at noon. So right now when I'm showing you these items, they're not going to be there. Noon is the time to shop. And we do it this way to kind of level the playing field, right? A lot of you want to see things up close and personal, so I show them to you. I talk a little bit about them. And then at noon, we're off to the races. We have a limited supply of what we've got here, right? And that's just how it is with flash sales. So I'm sorry if you miss out on something you want, but don't worry. As I always say, it's not going to be the last time that these will, these particular items may not be available, but I'll have more flash sales coming down the pike. And then what I also wanted to mention is this is all Czech Glass that I've got. I had a visit from one of our Czech Glass vendors, someone we've been dealing with for years and years and years. The quality is amazing. We love it. And so I bought some extra stuff because I just loved it. So you may see some of these pop up eventually on the website, but I got a brand new, I was the first one to see a lot of this new stuff. So I just grabbed it. I couldn't help it. So I took it. and I hope that you guys like it too. Your coupon codes and stuff will work on all of this. It's not excluded from any of that. So if you have VIP coupons and stuff like that, you can use them. So yes, as Janice is saying, each one of these bead styles I curated. It sounds kind of fancy. I like that. Sounds kind of fun. I went through, touched every bundle, put them all out, and I think you're going to love them. So let me talk a little bit about Czech Glass, and don't worry, we'll have plenty of time beforehand. This broadcast isn't going to be real long. I'm just going to show you the stuff. I'll log off. Then what you can do in between now and then, if you want to do some shopping on our website, put things in your cart beforehand, right? Make sure that you're logged into your account, all of that stuff. Because just because some of the items, pardon me, just because the items are in your cart, it doesn't mean that they are reserved for you. They're not yours until you get that shipping or that checkout confirmation. So that's how it is. And thank you. It's very kind of all of you all. I did get my summer haircut, and I'm like, just shave that sucker off. So I urge you, if you're thinking about cutting it, cut it. It's very freeing. So anyway, let's take a look here at the what I've got here sample-wise that I wanted to share with you. We've got some really great beads that I'm going to be sharing today, but I also wanted to share some of the samples that we have using Czech Glass. These are some things that we have some of the beads still, right? And these are a mixture of different items. And I just love these, right? So I thought I'd share them with you because they're all really good ideas to use with your Czech Glass or to go in with stash diving, stuff like that. I wanted to show you guys this one. This is one that Janice made. And when she made it, we did it on a stream. And I'll be honest, I have no idea what these guys are called. I just grabbed them off the wall. But this is, if you go into our necklaces in our projects, it's called Float Away. Thank you, Gita. Gosh, you're good. This Float Away necklace, you can see, is on Soft Flex, crimped floats. Janice also used some chain here. And that's the one, remember how she used the roller beads, these Czech roller beads? She used those as almost like a cone at the end there, right? So the way that we did that was we did a wire wrap, we put some beads on, we did I did a wire wrap and I wire wrapped all these together. That's how I did it, okay? Then I slid these rollers on, then that small 3x5 millimeter rondelle, and then we wire wrap the end to this jumbo swivel, right? So it's a really nice way to close a multiple strand. And you can see she just used one type of bead per strand, and it works out really well. So that's nice. I see that Leslie tomorrow is going to go look at some new cats, some senior cats to add to her home. I am so glad you're jumping on that cat bandwagon again, Leslie, and a big good luck. I can't wait to hear the results of that cat adventure. Some of you guys saw on my social, while I prep this next necklace, we'll talk cats, because why not? Cats and beads go hand in hand, right? It was Alfred's Gotcha Day, you know, my famous Alfred T. Pickles. So it was 4 years ago that we found him under a little dusty little bush, and many of you saw him grow up in front of the camera when we were taking care of him, bringing him every day to the office. So if you watch any old broadcasts from like 2018, you'll see that Alfred. But it was his 4th anniversary of his Gotcha Day. So a little shout out to my big boy there. This is another great project, and I'll be honest, I have no idea what this is from. I saw it on the wall, so I grabbed it. The way that we did this, you guys, can you see how this was strung on soft flex here underneath the beads, and then the ends were macrameed over the ends of the soft flex. This is, I don't know, Janice, if you did this or if I did this, but whichever one of us did this, that was pretty smart. Yeah, I don't really recall this. Mel saying, I don't recall this one. I don't either. I have no idea where this came from. Maybe it was one we made and we never showed. I don't know. But it's strung with a lot of Czech glass, right? Coming up here, we just started to macrame over the soft flex. Come back around and then macrame down, and that made the loop. We did the button side first so we'd know how large to make that loop. So I'm going to have to revive this because it's a good idea, right? If I do say so myself, I like this a lot. So it kind of gives that artisan quality ending of this macrame that we like to do with the strength of the soft flex beading cord here. I'm going to have to show this one to our buddy Sarah Ayler over at Soft Flex. I think she'll like the way we use this. We always love to support all of our beady friends and partners, and Soft Flex. We've been fans of our Soft Flex stringing material ever since the first day when Scott and Mike, the founders of Soft Flex, walked into our Palo Alto store saying, "We've got a brand new stringing material for you." And we went, "Who are you?" And it's been love ever since. I also wanted to show you this one. This is another one that I think Janice made. And this may have been some kind of a suite that layered maybe with this. I don't know, right? So this is one that JP did that has, remember, for about a minute, we had these really beautiful branch pearls. They literally lasted about a day. But she wire wrapped all of those together. But you could use the same thing, get that same effect with these spindles, right? And then she just used some of, I think this is the circle back chain. She used a 4 millimeter and then came in and added over the top here. These are just jump rings over the top of that briolette, like that, right? So this would translate really, really nicely into Czech glass. So the ingredients, Mel, for this one, we're like so backed up with everything. I don't know how soon we could post this, but this might be up. But essentially what you need is, I think it's 3 different spindles. The purple, that rosewood, which I don't know that we have anymore, and this kind of clear Picasso one. And then we just used a 3 millimeter and a 4 millimeter to go in between. And then we used an 11-aught, and that's probably the galvanized gold or galvanized pewter for that. And then here, the treatment for the center. See how there's just a couple of 11, no, you can't see, a couple of 11-aughts right there that just go on there. So it's pretty simple. And then I think we used fine Ceylon for this. And I would string it all up, leave, I don't know, 4 inches, 5 inches or something like that. Macrame it up, go around, macrame back down, and create the loops for the button and then the loop for the button. And so that's it. If you want a screenshot, let me lay it out. Let me kind of double this over, make it kind of pretty. Sorry, the light's a little low, but you can see that. Now's the time. Take that screenshot. And let's get to the beads. Okay, I know that you're all like, these are great ideas, Richburg, but let's get to the beads. So let's get to the beads. So what I like to do in these previews is I get my caliper out and I'm going to measure these for you. On this white background, I might use this gray, even though this gray is not as pretty. The white kind of makes everything a little dark. So I'm sorry I'm using my old Manky background here, but you know, tools are meant to be used. So the beads will beautify it up. Let me start with a giant collection, or a giant, these are all Czech Glass, as I said. These are bicones, faceted bicones, 10 millimeter by 8 millimeter. These guys are a transparent glass with a Picasso finish. Like this. Yeah, Janice says she's used to it. I know she winces every time I take out this old tray, but I don't know. Let's just use what we have, right? It's all good. So you can see they're, they kind of round up with the sizes. So this is actually almost 10 millimeter. It's actually 9.3 by a little over, or a little under, almost 8 millimeter here. And can you see these are known as cathedral cuts, right? So this it's a transparent glass, and it's got that Picasso finish over the top. And then the surfaces, the cathedral windows, are ground away, right? And it does have, Mel's saying it's kind of a citrine kind of feeling. So, and they are very citrine-y, okay? And so this whole size, I'll tell you, let me see if I can do that with this. It's about a 0.5 millimeter hole size. Okay, so it works really well with the soft flex. You could also string this, if you stiffen the end, the 0.4 millimeter Chinese knotting cord, that would work. You could do the Gouda Broad, the Griffin silk rather, on needle. I would use a size 4 or even a size 6. Yeah, it looks like citrine, Leslie, but it is glass. It's definitely glass. So I just love them. So I'm just going to start to line them up. Okay. So let me keep going. We've got a lot to get through, and I've just been chatting. So I'm going to speed things up here. This is spring green with gold and bronze. Same sizes, right? So I'm just going to lay out the color family here. I've got the sea green with Picasso. And I know your next questions are going to be, Kate, how much are these? You know what? I have no idea. They're all up on the web, and you'll see when you'll log in, all of the prices will be there. But you can use your VIP points, your discounts, all of that kind of stuff. So they're a great value. These have, I'll tell you how many strands, how many beads they have on the strand. This is an etched silver. Look at this. This, as I start to get so excited, this is the spring green with etched silver. Can you see that kind of matte silver that's in there? And that green, it has a run of transparent with that opaque green. It's really, this screams vintage. And there are, I'll tell you, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 beads per strand on here. So there's that one. I've got that one. But wait, there's more. Let me do this one. This one's kind of a nice one. I'm glad you guys like them. You know, I was so tempted, and all of these are like new with new finishes. So I just grabbed them. I couldn't help it. Avocado glass with Picasso. So it's just a little greenish, right? Look at how I try when I do these flash sales and when I buy these beads like this, I try and make, let me move this over. I try and make some good color choices so that everything kind of sings together as you're using it. This is the cornflower and violet. Here's cornflower and violet. That kind of goes over here, kind of, I feel. Has kind of a gold bronze finish on it. Here is the grape, dark periwinkle, and transparent with that silver finish. right? That I'm going to lay in our color order right there. These would be great. This faceted bicone screams vintage to me. So this would look great just strung and knotted, right? Everyone loves metallic mix. This is the metallic mix that looks like all the other metallic mixes that we get in the Czech Glass. I'm going to put that down there. This is something that's really hard, the rosewood with copper finish, red and pink and purple glass. It's hard to get, and it used to be in the Italian glass when it was made with the Italian glass. It's known as Rubino Oro, or ruby gold is what this is known as, because gold was used in the batch, in the glass, to give it that red color. So that's why these fuchsias and reds and just these bright, vibrant colors usually cost a little bit more, because the recipe to make it usually contains some kind of karat gold for that. And so we know that as Rubino Oro, but we call that rosewood, and it has a copper finish to it. So I'm going to put it right there next to that metallic mix. And then last but not least, I could not pass these up. Talk about vintage. Just jet with Picasso and gold wash finish. And you can see on this one, some of them it's not quite as noticeable, but I think with the facets on this jet, you can really see that facet there, that bicone. So these are they. These are the faceted bicones. And I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I've got 10 varieties here. Okay. Again, a little smaller but we're calling them the 10 millimeter by 8 millimeter bicones with about a 0.5 hole. Yeah, beautiful. So let me toss these back in the bags. Gently place them back in the bags. I don't want to be too cavalier about that. And now I want to share the rest of the bead. So this is the smallest bead that I'm offering today. Okay. The rest are all kind of big, and I don't know, I just wanted some big beads, so they're kind of big, and we're going to sell them all. Everything is sold by the strand in this sale. We're not doing anything by the piece. Here goes these beauties. I think this is my favorite, the Edge Spring Green. There's the gold and bronze. That's also a spring green, but instead of the silver, it's the gold. And then last but not least, we love this kind of citrine feel, the transparent with Picasso. These are called crowns. Next. These are big dudes. These are 13 by 15 millimeter. And they're going to come in a strand like this. And you get 2, 4, 6, 8 to a strand. And they're great as a focal or as the focal of an earring. But these are big. So it's 15 millimeters, a little under 13 millimeters hole to hole here. And then across is that 15 millimeter. So you can see these have been molded. These are pressed. So can you see how it's the same thing? These beads have been pressed in a press, and then they've been ground off. The facets have been ground off the front, right? Like that. And then they've been coating. So this is the crown, black. The glass is black with the antique silver coating, and then an AB finish over the top, over that black. So to me, they read a little bit blue because of that AB, but the glass itself is actually black. And these have 8 beads per strand. So I've got these. Then I've got the crown also in black, but this has the gold finish and etch. So no AB on these. Look at just this screams like I went somewhere to buy a dress in 1923 and I wanted some beads to go with it. I don't know. These scream kind of that Art Deco, a little bit of that Egyptian revival. They're really cool. These would be great as tassel tops. They'd also be great as, I don't need so many of these out. They'd also be great at the bottom of a lariat, right? Continuing kind of on that romantic kind of deco kind of feeling theme, these are ruby red crowns with Picasso. And that red is transparent. You can see that red. And then that Picasso, the finishes, the Picasso finishes with the different finishes, they react differently with the different glass colors. So what looks, like Picasso on this red looked a lot different in the Picasso on that transparent, right? Here's that Picasso and transparent right here, right? So these are both Picasso, but the glass underneath makes the coatings react a little bit differently. Back in the days when I was making glass beads, I'd use a lot of metals in my glass. I'd fume them with silver and gold and stuff like that, right? And so I would see that as I was working with the glass, how differently the silver and gold would react. Someday I'm going to get back to, I still have my bead torch. It was making glass beads. I don't know. Glass is so seductive to me. These are sea green, sky blue, and teal with an antique silver and AB finish. Liza's asking, are these really heavy? I wish I had something by weight. Janice, I don't know. You might be able to look on the back end. Each individual bead singly is not that heavy, so I think you could use it in an earring and get away with it. I don't think that would be a problem. But they're definitely bigger. They have some heft to them, right? But like Janice is saying, I would not use more than one per earring. But look at this teal, this transparent and opaque teal. You can see how they how they laid the glass in there, because a lot of these kind of have the ribbon of the transparent running through the center with the opaque flanking it on either side. So really beautiful. Then last but not least, metallic pink with a gold, pink with a metallic and gold luster finish. That's this one. So the bead itself is transparent. Okay, so that's what it is. Yeah, transparent glass. Then there's metallic pink coating and a gold luster on top of that. Really, right now you're seeing so many neon colors, like in yarns. I'm seeing it in fabrics. So that's very of the moment, very summer 2022. That's what this bead reads to me. This bead reads kind of vintage and deco. This bead has a very kind of contemporary feel to me, just because of that clear transparent and that metallic pink. So really pretty. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 what we call flavors in the crowns. Okay, so we'll put the crowns away. Now let's get to, I've got two more styles. Now, those of you who know me know I love, I think there's only two more styles. Yeah, two more styles. You know I love melons, and you've seen that melon drop that we have. This is the large version, and I'm never sure if you like larger drops as much as I do. This is 22 millimeter by 11 millimeter, or close to it. A little over 22. They are very mid-century modern, Janice, those pink ones. That's really a good way to say it, by almost 11. So these would also make a great earring. You could also reverse these down so they taper. It would make a really great end of a lariat. They would also pair nicely at the end of a lariat with these crowns, right? Let's get that mid-century modern pink one out here, right? That pink and blue tone, really pretty, right? So these are the big ones. These are 2, 4, 6 melon drops per strand. And these are the teal with a Picasso finish and a turquoise wash. So the glass is a teal colored glass. Then there's a really heavy Picasso coating and that turquoise wash. And Janice is saying the melon drops that we carry, we usually carry are 8 by 15 millimeter. So this is kind of a size up. Okay. So I've got 5 different melon drops for you. This one's my favorite, I think. Teal blue. The glass is also teal blue with a Picasso, matte Picasso finish and a gold wash. I don't want to talk about it. I just love them. That's all I want to say about those. It's that color. It's that vintage. Look. I'm just saying. Again, my Art Deco lariat for my dress that I just bought for the evening, summer evenings, 1923. Right? That's all I'm saying. This one is the pale gray with AB finish and gold wash. There's something about these melon drops that feel very like I unearthed them somewhere, right? Look at this. This has a kind of a Roman glass feel to it. If you're a lover of Roman glass like I am, this is kind of has that Roman glass iridescence to it. Then I've got 2 more. This is indigo with bronze and purple metallic. Right here. Looks kind of dark, but you can see it kind of has that scarabee kind of feeling to it, right? Love. And then last but not least, gray with silver, AB, and mercury. So it's a little bit different than this guy. Okay, but these all have a real vintage kind of feeling to them, and they're big, so they'd be great for earrings. Again, they come in 6 to a strand. Then I have one final, I need to make sure these get in the right bags because I don't want them to put them away in the wrong bag and you'll get the wrong thing. So there we go. Last but not least, this one is kind of a figural one. And I've seen it before, but I haven't seen it in some of these colors. And we just didn't carry it. And I wanted to see how you guys liked it. So this is the Flower of Life coin. And it is a sky blue with Picasso finish and bronze wash. And you can see it's a big one. It's about an 18 millimeter round. It's actually a little bit bigger, about 19 millimeters. Nice whole size, nice and thick. It's a 4.5 millimeter in width, and you get 6 of these. If you do any stone setting like I do, or you could do this with wire wrapping, these would be cool cabochons to bead around, right? You could, attach it and bead around it. There's a lot you can do with this other than just use it as a bead. I think it would look great set as well. So I've got a bunch of these. I've got the sky blue. I have the mint, kind of a dark mint color, like that. I've got tea green with Picasso. You know, we carry other things in tea green. That's this one. And that bronze, can you see the difference? That one's the gold flower. That's the bronze flower. This one, what's this? Dark red with Picasso and copper. Like this. I love, the copper isn't picking up as well on the camera. You can see it there, but it's a really bright copper. Gorge. This one is the ruby red with the ladybug finish over the top. So it's ruby red, that ladybug red, and Picasso over the top. So it really, it reads orange. It's really pretty, right? Here is the blue-green Picasso, and the finish on it is a brown wash. So these are brown. Brown and blue. I love that color combo. That's these. This is the black with purple wash. Right here. Really graphic, you can see that outline really nicely on that. And then last but not least, another black with the gold and the Picasso. That's it. So I've got 8 styles here. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping you guys like them as much as I did. They're definitely a flower. So you kind of have to buy into this design on here, but I think they're cool, and they're so big, that 18 millimeter. They would also be nice as a button on the end of a piece, things like that. So I hope you guys like them as much as I do. This might be a bead that we might add in. I don't know. We'll see what you guys think. But new colors and finishes for these. I'm excited about these. So that's it. That's all she wrote. I'm going to very carefully put these back in to their bags so I don't mix them up. And so as I was saying earlier, the sale will start on beadshop.com at noon Pacific time. So right now it's about 11:15. I have a couple of other things that I want to talk to you about before we sign off. But that is it for the beads. There we go. Okay, so let me get myself back up here. Here we go. Hello. I just saw in the comments, Mel was asking about the bead retreat coming up. And is it happening? Is it not happening? It is happening. And I'm going to give you guys the dates because, as you know, we've had to postpone our Bead Shop Bead Retreat for the past couple of years due to COVID and all the craziness. But we have secured a date at our wonderful San Juan Bautista Retreat Center. And the dates for the bead retreat are going to be August 19th, 20th, and 21st. And then we leave the morning of the 22nd. So that's Friday through actually Monday morning. I'm going to have more info out about it soon. Two things. Janice will not be joining us because she is getting knee replacement surgery. So we're going to have to FaceTime with her from across the miles. But Emily is joining us. So us, meaning me. So if you want to hang out for the weekend with Emily and I and Bead, what we're going to do is we're going to have a project that if you want to create that specific project, you can order it beforehand, and we're going to make that. But Emily and I are going to cook up just some off the cuff demo kind of things. And what we're calling this one is the Bead Shop Bead Party Bead Retreat. So you show up with whatever you want to work on, all your questions, all your beads, all your, creativity. We're going to sit back, relax, eat, drink, be convivial, and make things together. So more info will be coming out about that in just a couple of weeks. We're going to open up the retreat registration, and you'll have all of the information. It's at the same place that our retreats have been the past however many retreats we've done. So it's going to be a little more of a laid back experience for everybody, but we really wanted to have it. We really wanted to pull people together. And I think that people mostly just want to get together and bead, right? So that's what's happening. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned to your newsletters. Janice also said, Leslie asked about making the bead into a button. Use seal-on through the holes and then macrame a length around the sides and pull it together. I'll show that. Janice was saying we can show it on a Free Tip Friday. I'll show you how to do that. I love using buttons as beads, so I'll file that one away. So that's it. Next week on Wednesday, I have a new project to show you. We're going to be doing some seed bead work, and our buddy Cynthia Thornton of Green Girl, she has made a brand new clasp that is perfect for seed bead bracelets. So I'm going to be showing you my interpretation of working with that. We're going to launch those next week, so we'll have them in stock then. So stay tuned to the newsletter. Okay, you'll be seeing that's coming up, and I think you guys will like this one. And then the first week of June, Janice will be here in California, and so we'll be doing a broadcast together. We'll be showing the new monthly mix for June because June's almost here. We've got a lot of fun things to share with you, so don't forget to sign up for those newsletters so you get all of that info. So you've got a little over a half hour to do some shopping, and then the trunk show goes live. So remember, my darlings, that right now, if you go to beadshop.com, you're going to see this graphic. At noon, the graphic won't magically change. What you need to do is refresh your screen, and that you just click on that graphic, and it'll take you to the link. The flash sale link. You can also search flash sale on the site and it will come up. And so that's it. That's what I've got for you. So have a really fantastic weekend, everyone. I can't wait to share my new project with you on Wednesday. I'm glad you like these beads as much as I do. And I will see all of you all next week. Do remember to give us a follow over on our social media at beadshop.com, at the Bead Table on Facebook, and of course like and subscribe to us on our beadshop.com YouTube channel. Also over in the Great Bead Extravaganza, our buddy companies over there that make up that Great Bead Extravaganza collective. Today is the day for the Great Bead Trade, and there are live demos going on all day. You can read more about the Great Bead Trade. I sat this one out this time because I was just too busy, but you've got a bunch of our friends pairing up together, making things with all of the same items. So it's kind of like it's going to be a fun day of viewing. And I think that also starts around noon. But you can watch the replays over there on the Great Bead Extravaganza page. And I think you'll really enjoy that. I'm looking forward to watching that as well. So that's it, kids. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next week with that new Cynthia project. So see you all then. Thanks so much for your support as always. We couldn't do it without you. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.